Hey y'all, welcome back to Southern Gal on a Budget. So I thought that I would do a Christmas tag today. I've seen numerous other women and other people on YouTube do this Christmas tag. So I thought I'd do my Christmas tag on my Tuesday vlog day. I didn't have time to do it last week because last week was so horrible with timing and birthdays and celebrations, and this week isn't really getting any better. But I wanted to go ahead and get this done since it is Tuesday. I wanted to chit chat with you guys and let you guys know some of my favorite Christmas things, and hopefully there'll be some of yours, or you guys can definitely leave some comments below of some of your favorite Christmas things, or you could do this tag yourself. So let's go ahead and get into it. I just kind of looked on line for anything Christmas tag related questions. So we're going to go ahead and get through these questions of Christmas, which is my favorite holiday. It also is my birthday holiday because my birthday is in December and it's like a week before Christmas. So I love Christmas and I love December. Alright, number one, what is your favorite Christmas movie? This question is really hard to give one certain answer because there's so many great Christmas movies out. Of course, one of them, and I've talked about it numerous times before, it's The Polar Express. The movie came out recently within, I want to say, the last 5 years or so, I believe. I'd have to go back and comment below maybe when The Polar Express, that's the one with Tom Hanks as the conductor. And my children love that movie. They love that hot cocoa, hot chocolate song. It's so precious and it's got a great storyline, and I just love that movie. And then I guess my second favorite, I don't really categorize them because honestly they're all my favorite. I love Christmas movies. I love The Christmas Story. Of course, that's an all-time classic movie. Have to watch that either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I know they play it on TV for like 24 hours. So you can definitely snag in that movie either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And then I guess my third favorite movie, we just watched this past week, and it's one of my husband's favorite movies because he loves Will Ferrell, and that's Elf. And we love it, and we say the quotes and the lines all the time, like, "Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad." And he's like, "Thanks, Mr. Marwell." I know, I'm such a kid at heart, it's ridiculous. Anywho, number two, have you ever had a white Christmas? Not in a long time. I know in 2010 we had a somewhat of a white Christmas. Of course, I live in the South, so snow and the heat do not go together, and we normally do not experience any type of snow flurries, sleet, or anything on Christmas. We just don't during December. It's normally like 60 or 70 degrees and you wear shorts on average. Sometimes we do have some cold winters. I think this one might be a little bit cold, at least maybe in the 50s this year. But my kids were like 1 and 4 months, so I do remember my kids playing in it. It was mostly just my son. He was 1, so he had the opportunity to go out and play, and we played together. And then my daughter, she was obviously not able to go out and walk because she was like 4 months. But anyways, had a blast, and he didn't really know what to think about the snow because, of course, he's never seen it. But I would absolutely love to have another one. Since my kids are older, we would have snowball fights, and we would just play out in the snow all day until our fingers just froze off. And number three, where do you usually spend your holiday? Now that I have a custody arrangement with my kid's dad, and so we switch swap holiday times. One year I'll get the beginning, one year he'll get the end, this or that. But most of the time we always go over to my mom's house, my mom and dad's house, wherever I'm at in my life. We always go over there. And I love that I can always go to my mom's for everything. Like, she doesn't ever judge me, or she just loves me. She does give me advice, and she does get on my nerves sometimes with some of the questions she asks me, but that's a mother, and I can relate now because I'm a mom. But anywho, we spend Christmas at my mom and dad's house. And then now that me and my husband have been together, we will go to his mom and dad's either Christmas, most likely on Christmas Day. What is your favorite Christmas song? That's another one, just like the movies. I love all the Christmas songs. When Christmas rolls around and December rolls around and they play all the Christmas songs, even though they're repetitive and they go over and over on the radio or wherever it may be, I can always sing to them. But one of them that really speaks to me is Mary, Did You Know? I love that song. It's so dear and near to my heart. And it's got that quietness to you that you just kind of listen to it or sing along and you just love it. So that's one of my Christmas songs that I love. Another one is, of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's like a classic favorite. And then, of course, they add all these little tidbits into it now. And like a light bulb. But those would have to be some of my favorite Christmas songs. Number 5, do you open your presents on Christmas Eve? Majority of the time, yes. So like I said, my visitation is separated. This year, we're going to be doing it Christmas Eve because my kids will be with me until about 12, 1 o'clock on Christmas Day is when they go over for their visitation with their dad. So this year, we will be opening Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. And then, of course, Santa will come Christmas Day. But then if it's the other way around, it'll just be on Christmas Day. Majority of the times in my household with my parents and our family traditions, we normally open our presents on Christmas Eve, besides the Santa presents, of course, will be Christmas Day. Can you name all the reindeers? Of course, I just bought something from Michael's when they had about 60% off. I think it was a couple weeks ago. It was one of the things that I absolutely loved last year, and I told my husband I'm going to pick it up. But it's literally all the reindeers, and I love it. And I will be doing a holiday Christmas decor of my house. I gotta do a few more finishing touches. But it's the sign. It has all the names on the reindeer, so I'm going to try to remember them. Of course, some of them I might get a little confused, but I think I got it. So it's Dasher, Dancer, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Vixen, and Rudolph. So let's see if we got those right, I think. Number 7, what's your favorite, what holiday traditions do you look forward to the most this year? Of course, it's family time. Every time during the Christmas time, my kids are off from school about a week before Christmas, so spending more quality time with them. Now that I got a new job, that definitely is going to be very important this year, spending that one-on-one time with them when I can have the one-on-one time, especially on the weekends now that I'm off. But family is number one in my life, and I try to make the best of every single day. So that is one of the things that I always look forward to during the holidays. Another thing is we're doing an annual Christmas light hayride. We go to this place in our city. It's called Mike's Farm, and they have every year they set up their Christmas lights. You get on a hayride, whether it be 60 degrees or whether it be 30. It's such a wonderful atmosphere to ride along on this hayride and see all these wonderful lights that they put up every single year. Have some hot cocoa. We also do eat at their little restaurant they have there, which is thebomb.com, Southern cooking to the T. So that's one of the favorites. We're actually going to be doing that this Friday coming up, so I'm so excited about that. And then another thing would have to be probably baking cookies and sweets, and I'm going to try to be doing a gingerbread house this year, homemade. We'll see if I can get it done this year. I didn't get it done last year, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then also just making gifts. I love making gifts for the holidays. It means more to make a gift than to really buy it, but if you aren't that, of course, buying a gift for anyone is definitely something worth doing, or it just really means a lot. I feel like when you make something, it could be something so small, and it could definitely mean so much to someone you give it to. Number 8, is your Christmas tree real or fake? I've always grown up with a real tree, and I always will continue to grow up with a real tree. So yes, my Christmas tree is real. I kind of have debated a little bit getting a fake one just because it is somewhat of a hassle sometimes, because you have to always water it every single day. The needles fall on the floor. You have to vacuum this and this and that. But it's just so Christmas when you get a real tree. It smells wonderful. I know this year my husband said that the Christmas trees were very sparse. They had, I guess, a tree shortage, so our tree is okay, but it's not the best that we've had in previous years. It's a little bit skinnier, and it's kind of somewhat dying on the top, but on the bottom it's perfectly fine. So I absolutely love real Christmas trees, and I probably will continue until I'm just like, okay, this is enough. But Christmas tree, real, all the day, all the time, every Christmas. Like, anyways, what's your all-time favorite holiday food / sweet treat? Like all of them. Like, who can't go wrong with sweets? Christmas cookies, cakes, brownies, whatever it is. I have a hankering for a sweet tooth, especially baking. I love baking. It's one of my passions. I love coming up with all these different concoctions, as I call it, or sweets, but all of them, honestly. But if I had to pick a few, it definitely would be sugar cookies are number one. I try to bake them every single year. We cut them out. I make some royal icing and we decorate them, and they're so good. Number two would probably be, it's called, I got the recipe from my mom, and that's what my mother calls it. So anytime that I say something, it's usually I pick it up from my mom, and she's the one that honestly I get all my sayings from, because my mother is born and raised in the South. She's a Georgia girl all the way, so I get all my sayings from her. But it's called white trash, and that's what we call it. Oh, of course, a lot of people are like, what is that? And you can call it reindeer food, or it's called Muddy Buddies, which y'all might know. It's the Chex Mix cereal, and you melt peanut butter and chocolate together, then you put it in a bag, you coat the Chex Mix, and then you dump powdered sugar for days, mix it all up, and it's so good. It's like addicting, and I love making that. And then I guess the number three would be, I love making those peanut butter blossoms, is what I call them. It's just simply a peanut butter cookie. You coat it in some sugar, you press it down, you bake it, and then when it comes out, you put one of those Hershey Kisses on top. It's so scrumdiddlyumptious. I love it. I could talk about sweets all day, y'all. Like, it's like literally my favorite thing, and I need to stop. All right, number 10, la la la. And it says, be honest, do you like giving gifts or receiving gifts better? Giving gifts, I just explained that. I love giving. I love it. It's in my heart. It's in my passion to give to others, to see that smile, to see, oh my gosh, thank you for thinking of me. I'm 100% giving. Now, do I love getting gifts? Of course, but I'm not one to be like, yeah, you need to buy me this and this and this and this and this. No, I will give before I will ever receive. Number 11, what is the best Christmas gift you've ever received? That one's hard as well. A lot of these questions were really hard. I had to think about previous Christmas and everything else, but I would have to say that all my gifts are precious, no matter who they come from. My children, my mom, my dad, my husband, anyone. I love all the gifts that I receive. My Uncle Michael usually would give me awesome gifts. I've gotten gifts from all over the world. I have a Italian luggage bag, 100% Italian leather. I have a wallet. I have tapestries and stuff from other countries. So I absolutely love those, because of course I don't think I'll ever be able to travel there. So to get gifts like that is definitely an A in my book. But I would have to say it's more of a Christmas / birthday gift that I got when I was 13. On my 13th birthday, My grandmother, may she rest in peace, and we do miss her so much. She passed not too shortly after Christmas a while back ago, so I always think about my grandma Mary every single time Christmas rolls around. But she rented a limousine for my 13th birthday. I had about 4 or 5 girlfriends of mine at the time ride along with me, and I think we went to dinner, and it was just phenomenal to be 13 and have a limo for your birthday. Like, what? And then I also received American Girl doll for my birthday gift from my parents, and I chose to get Addie. She is the American slave. I just loved her story. I loved her books that came with her. I loved everything about her. So she's my American Girl doll, and I actually passed that doll down to my daughter who has her, and maybe she'll pass it down to her daughter when she has her own children. So those are some of my best Christmas memories, and hopefully more to come. Number 12, what would be a dream place to visit for the holiday season? I would have to say I would love to go to New York City to go see the Rockefeller tree, to go ice skating, to just experience that hustle and bustle of Christmas, and with all the beautiful lights. I would love to go to New York City, like for Christmas into New Year's. It would be awesome, especially to watch the ball drop, to feel that experience. Would be one of my wish list items on my bucket list to go for Christmas. 13, pro present wrapper or fail miserably? I'd have to say I'm a pro. Of course, I learned it from my mama, and my mom knows how to wrap some presents, so I definitely learned how to do it. I do add my own touches. I will sometimes make the present look like candy and just this or that. I think outside of the box a lot of times, and so I think I'm a pro. I'm a lot better than my husband because he takes forever to wrap some presents, and I definitely know when he's wrapped them. So I love you, honey, but we gotta work on those wrapping presents. Number 14, when did you realize the truth about Santa? Alright, y'all. My kids watch my channel, and they have little ears, and I have no idea what you're talking about. So, number 15, do you make New Year's resolutions, and do you stick to them? Well, yes, of course, I make New Year's resolutions every single year. And do I stick to them? Not really. That's one of my New Year's resolutions this year, is to be more proactive and organized at getting things accomplished. I think I'm very organized, but sometimes I'm a slacker, and that's one of the things I'm going to definitely try my hardest to stick to. And number 16, what makes the holidays special for you? Number 1, family. Family is number 1. Number 2, making those great memories. Number 3, baking. Love baking. 2 are what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, giving. I love giving. I'm a giving person. And then number 5, seeing all those smiles and warming those hearts are definitely some of things that make my holiday special. I hope you guys loved this Christmas tag. Leave me some comment below. I would love to interact. Have a great day. Have a blessed day wherever that may be. Merry Christmas and love always.